Hi everyone, Clark Parker here for ComicsQuick, and today the spinner rack is dripping a little red because Hickman is heading back to the X-Men. Only this time, they've got Fangs. We've also got the full Amazing Spider-Man number 1000 lineup, DC stacking even more absolute onto the pile, and a rapid-fire hit to close us out. Let's roll. So, the big one. Marvel pulled the cover off its new Midnight Universe this week, and the headline is that Hickman is writing an X-Men book for the first time since the Krakoan age. The new line kicks off with Midnight X-Men by Hickman and artist Matteo Delafonte, landing August 5th, followed by Midnight Fantastic Four from Percy and Kev Walker in September, and Midnight Spider-Man by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Cy Tronk in October. The pitch is straight-up horror. The shadows of New York are stalked by vampires and mutant empires. There's a fragile peace between the two, and a sword hanging over it ready to drop into all-out war. Hickman on the X-Men is event-level news on its own. The man built the entire Krakoa era, House of X, Powers of X, the whole mutant nation, so handing him the toys again, in a darker sandbox, is the kind of thing that moves pre-orders before a single page leaks. And that leaking is the gimmick. Marvel's rolling out cloaked covers, where the art stays hidden until you actually buy the book. Cute. I'll be honest, that's the one spot I'll gently poke. Cloaked covers are a fun stunt, but variant chasers and shops both like knowing what they're ordering, and trust us, it's good. Only works when the creator's name is this big. Here, it kind of is, so I'll allow it. I'm not a big fan of the gimmicks, but this one feels natural. And kinda cool. Meanwhile, over at the other Marvel milestone, the full creator list for Amazing Spider-Man number 1000 dropped and it is stacked. The spine of the issue is an epic by current architects Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz, a culmination of their run and a launchpad for the next phase. It hits September 16th. But the guest list reads like a Spidey Hall of Fame. Romita Jr., Miller, Momoko, Immonen, Brian Michael Bendis, Dan Slott, J.M. DeMatteis, Patrick Gleason, Marcos Martin, and, making his Marvel Comics debut, screenwriter Noah Hawley. The main cover pairs Romita Jr. with Paulo Rivera for the first time ever, and Larraz's variant teases the new villain, Ravage, a threat built to make Peter question his whole legacy. A number 1000 issue is a flex, but the smart move is using it as a hinge, not a victory lap. And Kelly and Larraz launching a new arc out of it means the milestone actually drives the story forward, instead of just selling a fat one-shot. New villain, big swing, real stakes. Anthology Jam issues are expensive and can feel uneven, and 11 creators in one book is a lot of tonal lane changing. But with a roster like that, even the misses are going to be interesting. Will you be picking this one up? DC Comics is doing what DC's been doing all year, pouring more concrete into the absolute universe. The latest expansion hands the absolute treatment to Catwoman and Green Arrow, and drops Robin into the absolute Batman fray. That's on top of a loaded month where Gotham's crackdown escalates into Operation Peregrine, and Barbara Gordon's next chapter literally starts behind Supermax bars in Barbara Gordon, Breakout. The absolute line has been DC's quiet juggernaut, reimagined, stripped down, harder-edged versions of the icons that gave the company its biggest creative jolt in years. So expanding it to Catwoman and Green Arrow makes total sense. Those are exactly the kinds of characters that get sharper when you take away the safety net. My friendly worry? Line creep. Absolute worked because it was lean and curated. The more flags you plant, the more you risk the thing that made it special, that every issue counts feeling, getting diluted into just another imprint. DC's earned the benefit of the doubt so far. The creative teams are solid. Let's see if they keep the quality bar this high as the map fills in. Alright, rapid fire. A smaller story you need on your radar. DC and Sega are back in the sandbox together. DCX Sonic, The Metal Legion, by Ian Flynn and Adam Bryce Thomas. Flynn basically is the voice of modern Sonic comics, so pairing him with the DC toy box is a genuinely fun crossover swing. Not just a licensing handshake, a fun book for all ages. So there's your stack. Hickman bringing horror to the X-Men, Spidey's number 1000 going all-star with a new villain, and the Absolute Universe getting 2 new flagships. Does the Midnight line have you reaching for the pre-order slip? And be honest, is the Absolute Universe expanding at the right pace, or is DC overstuffing the long box? Drop it in the comments. If this helped you stay caught up, do me a solid and click the like button and subscribe so you never miss a pull day rundown. Go support your local comic shop, grab those pre-orders, and keep reading comics.